Hey guys, starting with a spray gunner, and well, this is not a product video, but I feel like it's almost talking about dark magic. The 4021, this is the new reducer Createx just released, and it is just phenomenal. I mean, compared to anything else they had so far in the reducer world, this improves the flow, paint flow dramatically. It's like really, I feel like it's lubricant for your paint almost. I have no better way to express it. It's less the tension on the surface tension of the paint, so it levels it much better if you reduce it properly. And it's just overall great thing. It lessens the tip dry. The tip dry is the most common problem for anybody who's using water-based paints. You always have to have something to clean it off. This is lessen it dramatically, like almost to zero. It's really phenomenal how it does it. And this is it. I mean, this is 4021 compared to 4011. I would go most of the time with that guy just because it's overall better experience. Of course, the 4011 is going to be remaining on the market for now, and this is like go-to reducer, comes standard in most of the sets. But I think you absolutely have to have one if you're using Createx Colors, the 4021. And please let go of the 4012. If you have it, I know Createx has been trying to discontinue for a while now. It's still there because customers still require it. They want it. It's like a bad habit. You need to let it go. Like, this is the way. Like, replace it immediately. If you have stock available, still spray gun, I imagine it's all out today because how good it is. But please, you need one of those. Anyways, enough said. Let's touch base on the topic. I know we discussed so many times, but so many questions we still have problems with paint we still have related to how it thinned. So we're going to show you today. I'm going to show you two simple ways to thin your paint. Createx paints for either airbrush or spray gun. The technique is the same, you just have different amount of reducer. For spray gun, obviously you want to use less. For airbrush, you want to use more. For this particular reducer, 4021, we recommend 10%, like a general rule, for spray gun, and it also works for airbrush. Depends on the nozzle size you use. If you feel a little too thick for what you're doing, you can reduce up to 30%. So this is the ratio you want to stay in between 10 and 30% for any Createx product, any paint out there. Some of the paints, as you may know, like Candy 2, for example, require mixing with 4050 or 4030 or stuff like that. So there's a whole group of this 4051, 52, 53 can mix with paints. That started first. So when you do the mixture like this, you mix the 4050. I would start with that. Let's pretend that I'm doing a mixture right now for the spray gun. So I put healthy amount of the 4050 here. Actually, I'm gonna use all of it just to make sure we get it visibly on the camera. It comes to around 1 1/4 portions, so I'll need to get candy. And you want to mix, because it's a concentrate for candy particularly, you really don't want to put too much in the paint. I would say 1 to 5 is just general mix for the airbrush use especially. You can go up to 1 to 1, of course, if you want to more concentrated, but I'm just going to fill it up to right there. Yep, I think this is a good amount. It's probably going to make a great 1 to 5 mix. And what I'm going to do right now, just slowly stir it until it's completely mixed. All right, I think I did a good job mixing it together. It's nothing like on the walls or a little bit still here in the corners, but I think with the reducer it will mix eventually. And then you can either eyeball it, or depending how precise you want to be, we always have those little pipettes, which are exactly 1 milliliter. So if you want to see how much I have here, it's 120-ish milliliters. So if I want to have 10%, I'll do 12 of this, which not necessary. Of course, I can just eyeball it. But for if you don't trust yourself, you can always measure it. So that's what I'd say we need to be reduced to for being around 10%. And again, I stir it. You don't shake it. You don't do anything else to it. You just slowly but surely stir it for like maybe half a minute, depends how how well the paint mixes, and depending on the color. The pearls and metallics, they'll probably need quite a little more. But here we go. Now this is properly reduced paint. The only trick is, before you use it, you want to let it sit for 10 minutes. This is time needed for like a paint to acclimatize to reducer, and for the two materials work perfectly together. So let it sit for 10 minutes before you use it, and after 10 minutes ready to go. This is like the hard part of reducing, because we have 3 components here almost. If you're just doing 1-to-1, or one component mix, by that I mean you have paint like, for example, Createx airbrush colors. I don't really want to put 40-50 in it, because most of the time you're going to use it for crafts or for like the t-shirts, because it's a great paint for fabrics. So for this, I would put 10 milliliters in there, and I'll show you how to measure it perfectly if you don't trust your eyeball. So we have right there, see 10 milliliters. These little cups we have, mixing cups we sell here at Spray Gunner. And I'll take the pipette. I have this already, this reducer prepared here. I'll take exactly 1. It's too much. This is 1 mil. I'll let it there and do the same thing. I'll take the clean mixing stick and I'll properly stir it until it's all uniform liquid in my mixing cup. After that, same thing. So you don't have the 40-50 here, but the same thing applies. 10, same rules, 10 minutes before you spray it. I'm not using gloves, as you can see, because it's just for video. I'm trying to look cool, but in the real world, you probably want to use the gloves and be in a well-ventilated area, which is this actually. But anyways, this is as simple as it is. 10 minutes will change your life. Like really, if you let it sit and use after, this will be really good for your painting experience, and that's what we want here, right? We want to have a good experience, we want to have beautiful work done, and 4021, really recommend it. It's a new product, it's available right now, and if you're in 2024, it's time to let go of the 4012, please. One thing important to mention, it doesn't shorten the shelf life of the paint. So, it was a limitation to how much you can reduce with especially 4012, because it can ruin the paint if you just put it sitting for days after you mixed it. You want to do it right after you spray, and the amount of spray. With the 4021, you don't want to worry about it. You can just mix and let it sit for days or weeks even, and it'll still be useful and a good paint. So this is really important too. You can just mix your favorite paints and let them sit. And also because it's, as I mentioned, like a lubricant for paint, it actually allows it to spray lower pressure. So if you're used to spraying, let's say 25 psi at your airbrush, this thing might allow you to go a little lower, so you can have this more accurate line and still have a really good blending and the appearance of the paint on your surface, on the canvas. So 4021. All right, well, thank you for your attention. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope it was a helpful video. So thank you.